Well, hey everybody, Jessica Coulter here. We are here to talk more about reusing and recycling those school supplies, mamas. And the focus today are those 3-ring notebooks. Okay, 3-ring binders. Usually, what you think of them as, that's what I call them. The things not with the zippers, not the trapper keeper kind of things, but the binders themselves. The things that are like the 1/2 inch, the inch, 2 inch, sometimes a little bigger than that. It just depends on what exactly you're buying for your teens, what exactly the teachers are requesting. So let me know, what do you think about those binders? Are we a fan? Are we tired of buying them? Let me know what you think down below. And do know, I would love to talk to you about school supplies and more importantly, about your teen study sessions, study skills, through a free consultation. So that link is in the description. So we'll talk about that more at the end of the video. But do know we're here to talk about those binders. Okay. Now, the first thing I will tell you is that you can most definitely have your teens reuse those binders for many, many years. Okay. Now, a thing of caution here, we talked about the sizes at the beginning. Do know that your teen can very easily ruin those binders. All right. There are good quality and cheap, just like we've talked about with backpacks earlier this week. So definitely think about those. I remember they're called like durable. I remember having some of those. And to me, kind of the telltale sign of that is kind of almost like the snake skin texture to me. They're not the smooth ones. Okay. So unfortunately, some of those binders do not make it very long if your teens put way too much in there. Okay. So if you're going to give your teen a 1/2 inch binder, and then next thing you know, they've got 4 different folders and a couple notebooks and their pencil pouch in there, it's very, very easy for them, on the cheap one for sure, to bend, even break the front cover. All right, I've seen plenty of binders that don't make it through first semester. Okay, so definitely be intentional about the size of 3-ring binder that you buy your teen and really think about and have them talk to you about, okay, what exactly is going in this binder. Okay. Next big thing I would caution you about when we talked about, again, backpacks earlier this week, is think about the size of the binder and how much room it takes. Because again, depending on how much room your teen has in that backpack is going to make a big difference am I carrying this binder around or is it actually going to fit in the backpack? And then again, those binders can be pretty rough on backpacks. Okay. They have sharp little corners. All right. So definitely lots of things to consider. But the takeaway here is that if treated correctly, if the right size, the right brand, the right use, even like the right backpack, those binders can last a really, really long time. Okay. Now, if you've been around here for any time at all, you know that Jessica Coulter here does not like binders. All right. I'm very anti-binder, very pro-folder. Okay, and that's something we can talk more about in the consultation, but just know partially because of the size, that's why I'm so anti-binder, and two, the fact that, oh, they, sometimes serve their purpose and sometimes teens misuse them. Okay, unfortunately, if we're not really intentional on how we organize, this binder's for this class or that I'm going to put this folder in this binder for that, then they sometimes just become full of random things for random classes that don't have any real purpose. Okay, so not a big fan of binders, but since we're talking about recycling, we're talking about reusing, and previous week was on those must-have school supplies. Let's just say you can use those, so don't feel like you need to buy your teens new ones every year. Okay, so a couple more thoughts to share with you here about these 3-ring binders before we wrap it up. But before we move on, do know that I'm live here on Facebook, live here on YouTube. Would love to have you as a follower. Would love to have you as a subscriber if you're not already. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Jessica Coulter, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I teach teens how to learn through study skills. So there are a couple really positive things about binders that I may have neglected to say. And I kind of did that purposely because it's like, okay, got to get some, the pet peeves out, right? And then let's talk about some of the awesome things about binders. So again, if you buy the right brand, the right size, and we can actually make sure that it's going to survive your teen and however your teen is going to use it, do know that there are some binders that have clear plastic covers, and that can be really, really awesome. Okay, it can be awesome for your teen to put schedules in there, like the first day of school, especially like for our middle school and high schoolers that are new to the building. That can be really, really awesome. I can also tell you, things like maps, even if your teen doesn't want to use his phone, or maybe phones aren't allowed at school. And things like the syllabus can be good. So again, all those important documents. And then even something as simple as your teen doesn't want to have a homework folder, which is what I'm a big proponent of, is that if we're intentional and that binder is, say, only used for certain classes, and that pocket is where all of the assignments go, that can be a perfect use for a binder. I will tell you, even some of the binders have different spines, because I've had some that kind of crack, the cheaper ones after a while, if you just open them too much, or again, put too much in there. But I have some more expensive ones that are pretty cool, that have kind of like almost like a really hard plastic that has lasted for years. And then they also have like a little plastic cover, like a little circle that I can pop off and put like the file tabs on. So that's pretty cool, because that way you don't have to open the binder to see what class it is, and you don't have to write on the outside edge, because there's purposely a place for it. Because to me, that's one of the reasons I don't like binders, is that, how are you going to know which class is which, unless you're intentional about the colors. And to me, the colors matter the most for our visual learners. So a lot of other kiddos, they don't ever put labels on them, or they use them and use them and use them year after year. Then it gets kind of sloppy and gross with lots of tape, lots of stickers, lots of different colors or types of permanent marker and scratch outs. Okay, so I think that's the main thing I want to say. If you've got questions about 3-ring binders, you got questions about Trapper Keepers, let me know. Do you know Trapper Keepers? To me, those are the ones with the zippers and the pockets and the Velcro. To me, that's kind of like an extreme version of a 3-ring binder. I can see, why you gotta think of them as a 3-ring binder, because they have the same things, the actual 3 metal hooks in them, and put folders and notebooks and stuff. To me, again, that's an even easier way for your teens to just stuff stuff in there, unless they're intentional, unless they actually know how to organize, how to create that system. Because unfortunately, I've seen a lot of those Trapper Keepers that are no better than backpacks by the time your kids get done putting snacks and papers and throwaway and just stuff that, should be sorted and organized, but never is. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to talk to you very, very soon. Remember, if you want to talk with me one-on-one with your teens, you want to learn how I can help your teen love to learn, and, make it so that your teen knows how to successfully use school supplies based on his or her learning style, book a free consultation, so this can be your teen learns how to study through study skills. Bye, mamas. Talk to you soon.